Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here and welcome to a brand new video in the Crew 2. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you guys what pro settings are, how to get to them, and how they work. Now we're in a drift car and this tutorial particularly applies to drift cars right now, but you can apply this to pretty much whatever you want to apply it to, but for my purposes I will be applying it to drifting and drift cars. So with that being said, I opened the map, which is not what I meant to open. You want to open your menu, go down to performance, and hit pro settings. Now the pro settings basically allow you to tweak and adjust the traction control, the ABS, the ESP, slide help. Slide help by default is all the way up. I have it all the way down, which basically all the way down makes it so that you are required to countersteer. Now, if you have it all the way up, you basically never have to countersteer. You only have to countersteer if you really, really want to, basically. Now, you can adjust the aero distribution, you can adjust the gearbox, you can adjust front and rear tire grip, which is actually, I want to turn the rear up a little. You can adjust pretty much everything that you want to adjust here, including brake bias, let's see, rebound, compression, like you can add a little bit more front camber if you want, which I'm actually going to do. You can add so much that, like, there's a whole tuning system in here that a lot of people are probably never going to touch. And really, this is actually, if you think about it, it's really one of the best ways to go about holding longer drifts because, oh my god, okay, adding a little bit of tire grip in the rear changed the entire car a crap ton. And, like, honestly, every time you go in and make little changes, the car will change. And the changes are pretty freaking drastic because if you lower the tire grip in the rear, you'll actually be able to carry drifts a lot farther, a lot easier. But you can't enter as fast because with the rear not having as much grip, you won't be able to, like, it'll be easier for the rear to kind of slide further towards the wall, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know if that exactly makes sense the way I've said it, but and also you're seeing that you have to countersteer it with, like, when you have slide help turned off, you have to adjust it. You have to countersteer it because it's not going to step in and just save you. You have to actually drive the car, which is frankly a lot more fun, and you get more wheel spin with it this way. So, let's avoid you. Now, I feel like for the first time trying this, a lot of people are going to feel like the car feels too light because if you've gotten used to drifting in the Crew 2 on the default settings, this is going to feel like kind of almost like you're almost having like an anti-gravity thing going on. But the more you use it, the more used to it you get because you're a lot busier, obviously. Like, you're a lot busier, you're doing a lot more stuff all the time. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing because it allows for more fine adjustments, which is really what I want out of a system that allows for drifting, because I want to be able to make those fine adjustments. Now, for somebody that's brand new to the game, they might not want those exact adjustments and stuff like that. But, you know, if you've been playing the game for a while and you're feeling pretty confident with the drifting and you want to kind of get a little bit more out of your drifts, I screwed that one up. That started really, really well. But if you want to get a little bit more out of your drifts and you want to get a little bit more, like, we're talking more angle, more speed, more controllability, more adjustability, these settings will work really, really well for that. And my actual settings right now, like, I'm still tweaking them and adjusting them a lot and really kind of going in and trying to figure out what is best for me personally. So my settings right now are not perfect by any means. I'm not trying to say this is any kind of perfect setup. This is more like how to actually get into the settings that will make it so that you can have more control over your drift car, hold longer slides. You'll feel like basically the inputs you give the car, you'll feel like they carry more weight because now they do. Now they will. And that's a big, big part of having a drift setup that works because honestly, if your drift setup doesn't work, well, I shouldn't say that. If your drift setup doesn't allow for those fine adjustments, then you're not really going to be pulling off a lot of the things that you want. Now, let me go ahead and go back in, do another run back up the other way, and see how taking away a little bit of that rear tire grip does. I'm going to take away a little bit of the front as well, but not a lot. I'm going to take away more from the rear than I am the front. I don't know what adjusting the gearbox does because it doesn't really describe it. It just says gearbox. So that is kind of weird. Now, I've left the ABS on because I prefer it that way. And let's stiffen the rear a couple clicks. And add a little bit more front camber in the front. Front camber in the front. Wow. 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 Bro, okay. All right, let's see what that did. Because this should feel like a... Oh, boy. So it lets go a lot easier now, which I expected with reducing the rear tire grip. But... okay, it's a little weird so far. I want a couple sweepers to feel it out. It feels different. I mean, it definitely... oh, my God. Okay, yeah, no, this thing slides around a lot more. Now, due to the steering angle... oh, man! That sucks! Due to the steering angle, you can save it. I mean, you can save it from big angles like that. You just got to make sure you don't put the car in a weird position, which, again, you have to be delicate with it. And if you're delicate with it, it'll do very well for you. Like, it's actually going to be really responsive to what you want it to do if you're delicate with it. Now, if you're not, if you're very ham-fisted, it's not going to work very well. But oh man, really? Tried to flick that one and I flicked it basically the wrong way. That was bad. That was really, really bad. Keep it. Ah! No, get off the guardrail. No! Okay. Not sure I'm as much of a fan of this setup. This setup is kind of like, it's weird. It's very much like, it seems like when you start to take away a little bit of the grip in the rear, the car starts to get like, I wouldn't say like squiggly is the wrong word, but it's like, it's less, and I don't think it's just the fact that we took away the rear grip. I mean, the alignment changes and the suspension changes probably did something as well, but like the car definitely feels a little bit more, a little bit less consistent, I think. But you're definitely going to be carrying drifts for longer. You're going to be carrying drifts for longer, and you're going to be more engaged within the drifting itself. And not only that, but you're going to be having more fun, I think, because you're really, you're really having to focus in on the finer elements of what you're doing. And if you enjoy stuff like that, oh man, you're going to be all about this. You're going to be all over it if you enjoy, like, focusing in on the finer details of the actual, like, guardrail back there, which I love focusing in on the finer details of guardrails, for God's sake. Ah, that was crap. Hoo, hi. Close. Close, but definitely didn't hit it. Oh, man. A little bit more on the delicate and gentle side. There we go, there we go, see, once you actually pick the angle you want, man, you just go for it, and you just make sure you counter steer at the right time. I like to kind of ride it in on the brakes, and this actually makes the power a little bit more usable, because the power now will actually spin up the rear wheels and help you keep that slide going. It won't basically force you to pull out of the, basically pull out of the drift, even though you're still on the power. Yeah, no, like, this is something that I feel like anybody that drifts in this game should be messing with. If you haven't messed with those pro settings, you have to go in there and mess with them. See how this rest of this run goes. Some of the angles it'll let you take, man. Some of those, oh, God. Some of those angles it'll let you freaking take are insane. Just ridiculous. Ah, no! I let that go. I want to try that again. There we go. Wasn't quite the same approach, but wasn't terrible. Hello, sir. That I just brutally sideswiped. But yeah, that's gonna be a good place to finish that up. And if you guys, honestly, like, the biggest thing with these pro settings is trying different things over and over and over and over again until you find something you like. Because let me tell you something, you're 99% not going to find the setting that you like your first time switching to pro settings, and I'll tell you that for a fact. But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to click that like button. Tell me in the comments below what y'all thought of it, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. I'll see y'all next time. Talk to you guys later.